Sefia sat up in the shadows of the sickbay, startled out of some half-remembered dream. The ship rocked and plunged beneath her, making the jars of ointment and bottles of tonic rattle on their shelves. Outside, rain spattered the portholes, blurring her view of the waves, high as rolling hills. A storm. They must have come upon it in the night. Sefia shivered, hugging her knees to her chest. In the 4 days since she'd returned to the current with Archer, she'd had the same dream again and again. She was back in the house on the hill, and ink was flooding from the secret room in the basement where her parents had kept the book. The dark waves reaching across the floor to grasp them by the ankles and crawl up their calves. In the dream, Lon and Maria scooped her up. In the dream, they shoved her out the door, but they were always too slow to save themselves, always too slow to escape the growing pool of ink that drew them, screaming, into its black depths. Destiny. Her parents had been destined to die young, their futures recorded in the book with everything that had ever been or would ever be, from the flicker of a mayfly's wings to the lifespans of the stars overhead. Somewhere in the book was the passage where her mother got sick. Somewhere were the paragraphs that described her father being tortured. It had been written, so it had come to pass. But they'd fought it. They'd betrayed the Guard, the secret society of readers to which they'd sworn their undying allegiance. They'd stolen the book, the Guard's most powerful weapon, to protect their daughter from her own future. They'd run. They'd lost in the end, but oh, how they'd fought. As Sefia had to fight now. Fight and win, or she'd lose Archer to destiny too. Beside her, he lay curled beneath the blankets, hair tousled, fingers twitching in his sleep. He always slept so little, his dreams haunted by memories of the people he'd killed. He felt fractured, he'd told her. At all times, he was the same small-town boy he'd been before the Guard's impressors took him. And yet, at all times, he was an animal. He was a victim. He was a killer. He was loud as thunder. He was the boy from the legends, with a bloodlust that could not be slaked. Lightning forked in the distance, pulsing like veins in the restless sky. As if in response, Archer's body spasmed. He let out a wordless gasp. Sefia shifted out of his way. "Archer, it's okay. You're safe." His eyes opened. For a moment, he seemed to have trouble emerging from his dreams, seemed to have trouble recognizing where he was, who he was. But the moment would pass. It always did. And then, the smile. It spread across his face like dawn racing over water. His lips, his cheeks, his golden eyes. Every time it was like he was seeing her for the first time, his expression full of such hope that she longed to see it again and again for the rest of her days. For a second, the storm abated. For a second, the ship was still. For a second, Sefia's whole world was light and soft and warm. "Sefia," he whispered, tucking her hair behind her ear. She bent closer, drawn to him as a hummingbird is drawn to a flower, her mouth gently landing on his. He leaned into her kiss, responding to her lips and wandering hands, as if her very touch was magic, making him moan and arch and yearn for more. He laced his fingers in her hair, like he needed to be closer to her, like he couldn't get enough of her. But as he tried to sit up, he let out a sudden hiss of pain and reached for his injured side.